The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf.
The upgrade from OTC Pink to OTCQX is a very important step in our investor relations and communication plans as we seek out to reach out more proactively to the markets. And this is part of a broader plan in our more active engagement with investors.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Meren's Investor Relations Manager, Shahin Amini. Shahin, very good to speak with you. Meren shares are now trading on the OTCQX in the US. What does this move mean for the company and its shareholders?
Good afternoon, Stephen. Look, it's important to remind everyone that after completing the strategic prime consolidation deal that happened earlier this year, and recall that deal doubled our reserves and production, and following that, the rebranding of the company from Africa Oil to Meren, it's very important for us to actively engage with the capital markets, with investors, with sell-side analysts, and so on. So the upgrade from OTC Pink to OTCQX is a very important step in our investor relations and communication plans as we seek out to reach out more proactively to the markets. And this is part of a broader plan in our more active engagement with investors.
Do you expect to increase your visibility and your access to US investors and especially retail investors?
Absolutely. And I think there are 3 points that I do need to highlight here. You've already obviously touched on the most important one, that is about enhanced visibility and market presence. And everyone knows, well, most people know that OTCQX companies are featured on the higher tier market data systems. And this will increase our visibility with brokers, funds, and retail platforms. It will help us attract more coverage and specifically support our investor relations outreach and communications outreach in the US markets. So that's very important. Following on from that, I think it's also important to highlight that this is a cost-effective upgrade for us. So OTCQX does deliver many of the market visibility and access benefits that you could get with a full listing, let's say. And recall, this is a quotation and trading, not a full listing. But it does provide a lot of those benefits at a fraction of the price and regulatory burden. And we will rely on our high standards of Canadian disclosure as a foreign issuer on OTCQX. And yes, look, this does reiterate our high standards of disclosures, and we will be relying on that as we've upgraded from OTC Pink to OTCQX. So we expect this to be well received, particularly with the US markets.
Shahin, what else should investors be watching out for in the next 6 to 12 months across your core projects in Nigeria and Namibia?
Okay. Well, listen, first of all, most immediately, I just want to remind everyone that our third quarter results is due to be published on Thursday, 13th of November after market close. And on that note, there is scope for us to declare another quarterly dividend if that is approved, and that is obviously a board approval required for that. If it is approved, then it will take our total annual distribution this year to $100 million. That was a promise we had made on the back of the Prime deal. On the operational front, there are multiple catalysts that could potentially occur and investors can look forward to. In Nigeria, we are working with our partners towards the restart of the infill drilling on our producing assets. There's also scope for the Proway project to reach final investment decision. And there's also a potentially impactful exploration catalyst, the Akpo Faris, that could be drilled next year. In Namibia, Venus discovery is working its way towards final investment decision. And on Equatorial Guinea, as people are aware, we have been involved actively in a farm down process. So hopefully in the next few months, we can also provide markets with an update on our efforts to attract partners to those blocks in Equatorial Guinea.
Well, Shahin, I hope you'll continue to keep us updated with your progress. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Shahin Amini, Investor Relations Manager at Meren.
The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf. It is for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, an offer, or a solicitation to buy or sell any securities. Viewers should conduct their own research and consult a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions. The views expressed are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of Proactive Group Holdings, trading as Proactive Investors, or its affiliates. No responsibility is accepted for any loss arising from reliance on the information presented.